Let's play shot number 2. JB going off on Mina.
All of his bombs were just beaten zone. I mean, the whole shot to Booty was versus Quarters. How do you beat Quarters? Go over the top. The whole shot to Mac Hollins versus cover 2.
She just said, how do you beat Quarters? Throw it over the top. So let's break this down, Mina, since you know so motherfucking much. Here's Quarters, all right? Do you ever understand what the Quarters is?
Explain it.
Quarters means the safeties are any number 2 vertical route runner man. That means it turns into cover 0, okay? So if any number 2 receiver goes vertical, they take them. Now, if they don't go vertical, these 2 are at 8 yards and they're the run fitter. They actually help the run box. Guess who has over the top, Smitty?
Who?
The corners. So how the do you beat Quarters by throwing over the top, Mina? It doesn't happen. Actually, it's contrary to belief. The Quarters beater is getting any number 3 receiver to the flat. By definition, the 3rd receiver is what beats Quarters. Not the damn deep ball. Are you shitting me, ESPN, for allowing this mother to go on your mother channel and spit this false narrative rhetoric bullshit? Are you shitting me? Now Quarters, you go over the top, homie? You're on ESPN and you're lying to everybody. You moron. Why are you allowing this broad on your network that doesn't know shit? Number 3's to the flat, Smitty, is what beats Quarters. Guess why? Because there's no flat player. Holy f***. And guess what, Smitty?
What?
Have you ever thrown a seam ball versus cover 3 with 1 safety's in the fucking middle of the field? Have you ever seen a seam ball thrown to the middle of the fucking field so it's a pick and a knockout shot? What are you talking about, you little girl?
That's ungodly behavior, and I'm sorry for being entertained by it. But I get where JB's coming from. But this whole narrative that Meaty's bought into, that women in football, and I love the way, if we went back, can we play the start of that video again, and how Mina's just kind of leaned to the side, like she's cocked back, like she's Bill Belichick or Tom Landry or Vince Lombardi, kicked to the side, just talking football with the guys, and the cover 3 beaters and all this other stuff. This is why it's all a soap opera. It's just a soap opera, and that's how they've added this owner to the for the Indianapolis Colts to this whole soap opera lineup. Charlie Irsay, the daughter of Jim Irsay, she's running around on the sidelines with headsets on, acting like she's listening to the plays. And let's play the side of her talk, side 8, where she's talking about the importance of being on headsets.
I need to learn more about this. I need to be able to say, is this person full of BS? Do they even know what they're talking about? And I think one of the things that being on the headset has really helped me learn is, to the question earlier, it's such a complex organism, a football team, and how it operates. And on game day, and you could say, oh, that person ran that route wrong. When you learn to find, someone tagged the wrong wide receiver, and it wasn't really the player's fault. It was the person that called it. So, and it's never, I think that's been a very valuable, because it also helps us be able to know, where do we need to make tweaks? What resources do we need? What do we need to fix? So much of it comes down to just how we operate and how things work. And the headsets are really, I wish I would suggest it for anyone else that has to pay coaches and GMs millions and millions of dollars. It helps you make a less expensive mistake, potentially.
Were the other 2 cheerleaders, were those cheerleaders on the side of her? Were they?
It's like how girls go to the bathroom. You got to do it in groups.
Let me say this, ladies. You don't need to do all this pretending, because my contention is 75% of men and 50% of guys that actually played football don't know what's going on. They know their little assignment. Some of them even don't even know their assignment. Someone is actually telling them on every play exactly what to do. But most of the men watching football couldn't identify if they had to draw up tight end, slot receiver, any of that. It just. Oh, Hadley says those are his sisters. But anyway, this cosplay among the ladies, Steve, are you impressed? Are you not entertained? Impressed? What?
Well, I'm entertained. I am amused, and I can't wait for JB to come on the show tomorrow. That's going to be a great segment. Couple things. I could get a pair of headsets and overlook open heart surgery with headsets, right? Do Carly. Just watch. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Right. Right. And I can come up with notes. I don't like the way that guy, he didn't wash his hands enough. Wasn't clean. That guy with the scalpel, he's a little, how would I know? I mean, I could observe the doggone thing. I could make notes, but what do I really know about open heart surgery? I either know if the guy dies or he comes to see his family. And Dan Dockage actually pointed out, I believe, on Twitter today, she's been doing that for 5 years. So let's not give her credit for suddenly bringing about accountability. You know what the secret is to the Colts this year? Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. Taylor. Yeah, that's kind of the key to the secret. Also, I want to ask this of TJ. You played at a pretty high level. You played Division I football, put up a 1,000-yard season at Mizzou. Was what Coach JB said generally or fundamentally correct on the whiteboard? Would you agree with most of what he said?
Well, yes, of course. And look, Mina might too. Who knows what Mina's actually talking about? I think when she gets up there oftentimes, knowing that nobody knows what she's talking about. So who's going to correct her in real? First of all, they wouldn't correct her in real time because they wouldn't embarrass her on the air like that. But just beyond that, you actually have to know. And Jason's exactly right. The majority of receivers, probably 100-ish% of the running backs, and I bet no lineman can really tell you what a cover 2 beater is, what a cover 4 beater is, how do you beat cover 7 in the red zone? Most of these linemen have no idea. They know line protection way better than I do. How do you move everything around? It's generally quarterbacks are the only ones who know everything, quarterbacks and head coaches. And so, yeah, is JB right? Yes. And did I learn that from playing overtime? Yes. You got to be pretty observant, though. You have to see what we call after knowing what the coverage is. And because they don't actually teach it to you. That is one thing where, Jason, you probably experienced this. I asked too many questions at Mizzou, and they answered them reluctantly, but they didn't like to give me the answers. And I asked why, because I could feel that. Like, hey, what's going on here? I'm just trying to understand the offense. Hey, we don't want you to know when you're not getting the ball because you might not run the route as hard. And so they wouldn't tell you the reads, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if you were 4, you needed to run it like you were the number 1. So they knew that the majority of these people wouldn't, couldn't follow through with that and run the route 100%. So they just wouldn't tell you. So then how do you learn? If the coaches don't want you to know, how do you learn? And how do you certainly learn if you're Mina Kimes? That having played football for 17 years, there are things about football that I certainly do not know. Jason, you've covered football for a very, very long time, played at a high level for a long time. Lots of things about football that you don't know. And so having
There's a lot of things that I've forgotten too. Yes. I mean, that even though I watch every weekend during football season, the intricate details that I used to know, I've forgotten. Now, having access to coaches and other people that play the game and, being in conversation, but you just forget a lot. And you're totally right. I used to know everybody's assignment on the offensive line. I knew what everybody was supposed to do, all 5 positions on the offensive line. Other than that, I knew nothing. And,
Jason, can I make this point?
Yeah.
Anyone can be given a script and recite stats and trends and analytics, but it'd be like, all right, Steve, we need more Asian representation in the hockey sphere. You're our hockey guy now. So I can get up there on any network and say, God, the Kings, boy, their forechecking is not good when they dump the puck in. And I can give a bunch of hockey jargon and recite stats and be like, wow, man, you just a regular Barry Melrose. I wouldn't know what I'm talking about, and I would admit it in private, but that is the thing. People can rip JB all they want, I guarantee you most of these people could not get on a whiteboard and explain concepts, very complex ones at that.